Your braid out is gone. She gone. My braids take at least 24 hours to dry.
Hello everyone, thank you for clicking on this video. So this video is going to be all about braid outs. This is a braid out that I have right now, and I basically live in braid outs, whether my hair is going up in a puff, up in a bun, or if I'm wearing it down like this. My hair is always in a braid out pretty much. That's because it is better for my hair, and I have seen loads of growth and loads of length retention just from doing braid outs rather than like wash and goes and stuff. I have a video all about that and how I grew my hair, so if you are interested in that, I will link it at the top. But yeah, because I literally live in braid outs, naturally I get quite a lot of questions about braid outs, and it tends to be more so like the maintenance of braid outs rather than actually how I style the braid outs. So I'm going to get into both in this video. Firstly, I will speak about like how I style the braid outs, and then I'll get into the maintenance and some questions that you've had. Let's go. When it comes to styling the braid outs, I always start on freshly washed hair, of course. I know a lot of people like to style their hair on like dripping, soaking wet hair, and a lot of people actually do it in the shower. I don't do that. So when I wash my hair, I section it into 4 sections when I condition it. So my hair's in 4 sections when I get out of the shower. I put a towel on top of that when I get out of the shower. So my hair is kind of like being dried by the towel, but because it's kind of wrapped up and tucked underneath, all the moisture isn't sucked away, if that makes sense. So yeah, I get out the shower, I kind of cream my body, do my skincare, and then I do my hair. So at this point, my hair is not dripping wet. It still is very much wet, but it's not dripping wet. So in terms of products, I always use a leave-in conditioner, an oil, and a cream. Sometimes I do leave-in conditioner, cream, oil, just depending on what products I'm using and how I'm feeling on the day. But what I'll do is I'll take down the clip, I apply the leave-in conditioner to the whole quarter section, then I split it in half to apply the oil and the styling cream. Brush it through, braid it up, and do that all over my head. So then I end up with 8 braids because each quarter has 2 braids in. So it's 8 braids total. Recently, I have been putting a 9th braid in the middle, like here, just because it makes the hair fall better. I feel like it looks better when the parting doesn't continue all the way back, and it looks better on the back of my head as well because there's no parting down the middle, and then I don't have to fluff up my hair too much at the back to get rid of the parting in the middle, so it stays all defined and just looks better. Braiding probably takes me about 20 minutes. I kind of just whiz through. I'm always watching something or listening to music, and I just whiz through, braid, and then my hair takes so long to dry. I wish I was one of those people who could like do a braid out within one day and like take it down that same day, but no, not me, not this hair. So my braids take at least 24 hours to dry. Because my hair takes so long to dry, what I try and do is wash my hair in the morning, so then the next day, afternoon, evening, my hair will definitely be dry. And if I do need to go out and about whilst my braids are still in and they're not ready to come out yet, then I just cover them with a head wrap. On my Instagram, I think I have 2 or 3 videos showing you how I wrap and cover my doo-doo braids, because ain't nobody need to see those. So when I take down my braids, I unravel the braids and then kind of gently pull apart the hair where it naturally splits to get more volume. And then I get my wide tooth comb to fluff out my hair into the desired size and the desired shape. If I do feel like my hair isn't stretched as much as I want it to, then what I will do is put it up on top of my head for like literally like maybe 10 or 15 minutes, pull it down, shake it out, and then it kind of stretches out a little bit more. Yeah, and then I'm done really. That is all I do. I don't apply any product the next day. I just unravel and go. This is day 1 hair. So it is still pretty defined. I fluffed it out quite a lot at the root, which is how I got this volume. And then as I go on, so like tomorrow it will be more volume, especially up the top, so it will be kind of more this shape. And then as each day goes on, it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and less defined and less defined and less defined. My favorite is day 2 hair, because the definition is still there, but I have more volume than this. So I like big and I like defined. Okay, so when it comes to the maintenance of my braid out, I am really basic when it comes to the maintenance of a braid out. I try to do the absolute minimum. So yeah, let me talk you through a few things. So in terms of re-braiding my hair, I only do this about every 3 days. I do not re-braid or retwist my hair every day. Ain't nobody got time, ain't nobody got time. And plus it's really not necessary. So at night time, each night, so say tonight, what I'm gonna do is get a satin scrunchie. I'm gonna pull it up on top of my head, really loose like this, wrap the scrunchie around once. I use a bonnet, I put a bonnet on top, and I also sleep on a satin pillowcase. So I've got like a triple protection, which isn't all necessary, but yeah, that's just what I use. Satin bonnet and satin pillowcase with my hair pulled up in a bun on top of my head. The satin keeps it moisturized, and because of the bun and the bonnet, the hair isn't moving around, so it doesn't get knotty and the curls stay defined. And then the next day I take down my hair, shake it out. If I need to, I get a wide tooth comb and kind of pull on the ends and then fluff it out so that it gets back into the shape that I want it. And then I go. I don't apply product. I don't do anything. I try to not apply product or do anything in terms of like detangling and rebraiding until the 3rd day. So then when it does come to day 3 and I'm ready to rebraid and like redefine and re-moisturize my hair, what I do is I section it off back into the 4 sections. Then I take one section down, split it in half, so basically the same as when I first braided it. I get a water bottle, I spritz it very lightly with water, and I apply some more of the curl cream. I don't tend to apply all of the products again, but that's just because my hair doesn't get that dry. If your hair does get dry, then maybe you will need to add more water, add the leave-in and the curl cream. But what I do is just spray a little bit of water so that it's lightly damp, add more curl cream, rub that through, detangle it with my Denman brush, and then rebraid that section. And then I do that all over my head so that all the braids are redone. And then this time, because my hair wasn't soaking wet, my hair will dry maybe within 12 hours. That still seems long, but because I have like medium to low porosity hair, it just takes ages to dry. So I'll still do that overnight. So if I am rebraiding my hair, I'll do that before I go to bed so that my hair is ready to take down the next morning. So then the next morning I take down those braids and again, separate, fluff. This time it is easier for your hair to be less defined and get quite frizzy. So when you rebraid your hair, be careful when you're taking it down the next time. Just because it's not fresh, it tends to not last as well. So yeah, it can be easier to get frizzy the second time round. But then I'll leave it for another 3 days. And then if I'm not ready to wash my hair, then after that 3rd day, or whenever I feel like my hair is feeling a little dry and just not looking good anymore, my hair will just be in a slick back bun or up in a puff or just tucked away in a head wrap, some way where my curls are not out anymore, until I can be bothered to wash it again. And then I wash my hair and repeat the process. If during the 3 days where I try not to do anything to my hair, if I do feel like it's feeling a little bit dry, I will get some of the leave-in conditioner on my hands and I'll just kind of scrunch it through like this on my ends. I don't apply water because that will affect the curls and that can cause shrinkage. So yeah, if my hair is feeling dry, I just scrunch a little bit of product through my hair. Oh yeah, so speaking of shrinkage, people ask me how do I avoid shrinkage with my braid outs. If your hair is healthy, you're not going to avoid shrinkage. I really want people to stop resisting and stop hating shrinkage because it's a sign of healthy hair. I understand that if you've got long hair, you kind of want people to know that you've got long hair, but yeah, it kind of doesn't matter. You're always going to get shrinkage. I get shrinkage. My hair is obviously quite a bit longer than what it looks like right now. And like I said, if your hair is healthy, it will bounce back. Things that you can do to make your hair appear more stretched is when you take down your braids, if you pull the ends so that the ends aren't getting stretched, then you get a blow dryer and kind of blow dry it at the root. It will stretch the root but keep the ends curly, and then that section will look longer. And if you do that all over your head, then your hair will look longer. Also, the way I tie my hair up at night, that helps stretch it, because when I take it down the next day, it does appear longer and kind of a bit more floppy. I get a few questions about how to avoid frizz. Again, that's going to be a case of experimenting with different products. Experiment between curling creams, curling custards, gels. experiment with your moisturizer, because frizz can sometimes be caused by dryness. So even if you're using the perfect styler for curl definition, you're not gonna get the best definition if your hair is dry. So make sure that your hair is moisturized before putting your hair in the braid outs. And to all my international followers who live on an island or in some tropical climate, I get questions about how to maintain a braid in humidity, and guys, I do not have the answer. Where I live is not humid, so it's not something that I've had to deal with. Last year I went to a lot of humid countries, and literally you step out the door and your braid out is no longer. Your braid out is gone, she gone. So yeah, I have not figured that out yet, but only because I don't live in a climate where I necessarily need to figure that out. I'm not sure if it's entirely possible, if I'm being completely honest, just because humidity is basically moisture, and moisture makes your hair shrink. That's just kind of something that we have to deal with. Some things that may help is avoiding products that have humectants in, so things like glycerin, honey, those type of products. Humectants attract moisture, so you don't want to be using any products that attract more moisture than what is already going to attract if you're in a humid climate. Try sealing your hair with oils and butters to try and kind of create a barrier between your hair and the outside moisture. But apart from that, sorry, I don't really have any tips. But when I was in Bali and that, I was kind of just embracing the shrinkage. I was loving it. I loved how my hair looked. It felt so healthy. Although it wasn't like defined like this, it did shrink up quite a lot, and like there wasn't much curl definition. I'll try and insert a picture, but I loved it. I thought it looked so cute, so healthy, and it felt so healthy. So yeah, if you are one of those people that live in one of those climates, just embrace it, embrace the shrinkage. I'm sure your hair looks great whether it's defined or not. That's kind of all I can think of at the moment. If there's anything that I've left out or anything else that you do want to know about braid outs, drop a question in the comments and I will get back to you. But yeah, if you found that helpful, give it a thumbs up. If you don't already, go and follow me on my Instagram. I post loads and loads and loads of stuff about my hair, products, tips, all sorts. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on my next one.